Alrighty, Craig here with Texas Truck Channel, and behind me we've got the Ram Rebel Heavy Duty with the Cummins, all new for 2023. And we're gonna do an off-road shoot here. We actually got some space to do it at the Texas Truck Rodeo. And Brian, you're gonna talk us through some of these features. So
yes, I am. Bring it over, Craig. Step one is gonna be, as we talked about in previous videos, diesel, baby, right here. Now the embargo's lifted, we can talk about driving impressions, which means we can, oh, there's a rock there, watch out, cameraman. Also means we can take it off-road up that hill. I'm gonna show the people we've got an obstacle course up here and a water pit we're gonna go through, all the cool stuff. But what's gonna help us do that, Craig, is the torque, obviously, the approach angle, and these guys right here, see these right here? See, they're black. Do you know why they're black? We're not gonna need them, that's why.
Oh.
We don't need those.
Oh, okay.
So on the Rebel 2500, you have Duratrax and you have a 20-inch wheel, unlike the Power Wagon. Power Wagon has a 17, and that shows you intent. The whole point of this truck is to be able to off-road, but not as well as the Power Wagon because it needs to tow things too, and that's what this is all about. You get the standard rate spring with the high gross vehicle weight rating of the 2500 Rams, whereas the Power Wagon has a much softer spring. Power Wagon also has a disconnecting front sway bar and a locking front diff. This forgoes that to really keep costs in the right spot and also to allow for that Cummins right there. You do keep the Bilstein shocks though, that's the good news. So the ride quality in this thing is amazing, even though there's a higher spring rate. Let's come out back, I'll show you something else. You get fender flares. These are just like the ones with the Power Wagon, it looks the same, and you also get the rear locker from the Power Wagon. That is maintained. Let's go back up front, there's two more things I need to show you. One, the mirrors. That's because it can tow. Power Wagon has normal mirrors. These are the Dumbos, they're vertical, and they have a camera system in them. They're really trick, really cool. Check out our previous video on that, we get into all that stuff. The next thing you get is the Power Bulge hood. This is specific to the Power Wagon and the Rebel only. It comes standard on these two. You got to get that trim to get this step where it comes up again. That's where that comes from. You do have a very fake intake right here. It doesn't actually work, but we've inspected. There's a couple bolts that can come off. Looks like it'd be functional after that to me. Just know that. You also have nostrils. These look very similar to that of the T-Rex. They're here. And you notice something here, Craig?
A winch.
No, you don't.
Not a winch.
You can get the winch on the 6.4 Hemi that you can get as a standard motor in this rig, but with the diesel you forego that because of the cooling requirements of it. So all that crap out of the way, let's get up the hill. What do you think?
Hi guys.
All right, we're parked on the slope, Craig. I'm going to show you some of the off-road goodies that we have here.
What do we get to play with before we go up the hill?
Before we go up the hill, here's your control unit here, like all the Rams. You do have a column shifter because it's that HD truck. You have two-wheel drive, you've got 4 high and 4 low. Because you have the Rebel, it comes standard with the axle lock. That's a big deal, you're gonna want that. And with the Rebel, you also get the hill descent control as standard. The other thing that's gonna help you off-road up here is off-road pages. It gives you all the goodies. It tells you steering angle.
Just like in a Jeep.
Just like in a Jeep, kind of the same thing. You get pitch and roll. You have accessory gauges. Yes, we're parked on an 11-degree slope because the shadowing was not good a second ago. Now it's good for camera work. You also have a forward-facing camera,
which is going to come in handy when you're looking at the sky.
Right. We have an obstacle we're going up in a minute that all you see is sky. That's going to help us. That's the biggest deal here.
All right.
Let's do it.
Cool. All right, Brian, this time with the recording button on, what's your plan of attack up this hill?
It is going to be 2-wheel drive because I'm a maniac and rear axle lock with some momentum. We'll see if we make it up. Watch out for the rocks.
But these Duratrax and axle lock, I bet you're fine, actually.
It's a pretty steep hill.
Let's see. Okay, so we're heading up this hill. Brian's in the beautiful Ram Rebel back there, which I do love the looks of it with the Power Wagon look, but Cummins sound. But here's the hill, and it's a pretty steep hill, kind of hard to tell. Like I said, about 20 degrees, and he shouldn't have a problem with even a 2-wheel drive, but let's see here. Okay. Okay, well, 2-wheel drive did not work, so we may have to use 4 high here. Or more momentum, one of the two. Okay, he's going 4 high. You can shift on the fly in this thing, don't put it neutral. Well, and that solved that problem, so.
Alright, that was that.
Okay, Brian, so you didn't need 4 high, it looked like.
That was, look, I was doing 12 miles an hour when I hit that.
Okay.
Which I think is appropriate for a blind hill.
Yeah.
It's a heavy truck.
It's a heavy truck, you did lose some traction, even the Duratrax couldn't grip that. It's a lot of loose rock.
That's really what it is.
Okay, so the next one we get the axle twister.
Yes, but no, this has no disconnected front sway bar.
Right, you don't have any off-road goodies to really help you here.
I don't now.
But you're gonna do it in 4 high, I guess.
I'm gonna do it in 2 with the diff lock. See how that works?
Okay, let's try that again. All right, so what we've got here is we've got the frame twister, we call it. So a hill here, and then it's offset on the other side. So it makes it twist and makes it rock. You see what kind of articulation it has. It doesn't have the disconnecting front sway bar, but it does have a solid front axle. It's probably going to be fine. Yeah, it doesn't care. So as you can see there, it didn't really care, power wagon or not. Solid front axles give you articulation. So Brian, there we no disconnecting sway bar, but solid front axles not needed.
Yeah, a lot of flex on this still.
Still a lot of flex. That's what that axle gets you.
I was actually amazed how as it was twisting, the cabin was staying really level the whole time. I was watching the roll. It stayed at 0 to 1 degrees the whole time.
Now, what'll be really interesting in this next obstacle, will you get a wheel in the air, do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying the diff lock tool driving this to happen.
Okay, and two things are going to help you here. You still have a solid front axle that helps with the articulation.
Yeah.
And you have a long wheelbase. It may not.
It may just stretch over.
It may stretch over the actual obstacle, so we'll see. Let me explain this. So what we've got here is we've got a twister. We call it. I'm sure there's a better name for it. But you've got a really steep angle here, offset by another angle there, and then right there in the middle, it's going to really test the articulation. Oh, he did get a rear wheel in the air. It's a pretty steep slope, and he's walking sideways a little bit, but not much. So here's where it's really going to test it. Okay, he does have a rear wheel in the air, but his axle's locked. You can see there's nothing twisting there, and now he's not rocking, but he's got one in there. All right, so definitely got a wheel in the air. Didn't have the articulation. I don't know that even the power wagon could have done that without getting a wheel in the air, but who's to say? All right, we got a little bit harder of an obstacle here. Let's see what the plan is. All right, Brian, this is probably maybe the hardest obstacle we've got on this course. Steep incline, yep. 21 degrees.
21 plus. Yeah.
21 plus, as hard as our hill test back at home.
Yep.
What's your plan to go up and over this?
We use 4 high because of the weight. We've actually been advised that you can do it in 2. It's just going to take a long time.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time and not as controlled.
And I'm going to take the hardest line. There's a high boulder on the left, and I'm going to capture that with the left wheel. I'm going to splash into
4 high rear locked? Open. Or just 4 high? Open. 4 high open. Okay. Let's do this. Here's the obstacle. You see it's very rocky, very gnarly. Hard for me to walk up, so I'm going to get to the side. And you can see it's pretty steep. That's even with horizon, and that's pretty good. So let's see what we can do. Just taking the hard line of that big boulder. There's trying to grip. It's trying to grip. It doesn't have the gearing. Probably could do it, but we'll go. Maybe he locked the axle there. Not sure he did. Crawling up there, those tires are really helping.
Diff lock got that.
Diff lock got that, okay. All right, hang on. All right, now he made it up the hill. He's got to go down this water pit, which is about a foot, but not terrible. Hopefully he doesn't splash me. We'll see what he's got first. And he tried to splash me. What a punk. And typical little brother fashion, no respect for his elders. I'm not surprised by that. Got me a little wet, but it's okay. It's okay. I took one for the team, so. Brian, congratulations. You splashed me even though I told you not to.
I didn't hear you say that.
With that, I'd say it'd probably make our hill test back at home.
Yeah, no question.
Definitely made this hill. So.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right.
Cool.
Check the socials.
Socials. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
You don't need a power wagon. This works.
No, this is funny.